Day 21 of NaNoWriMo 2009. Despite a heroic effort in the early part of the month, I have fallen almost 10,000 words behind quota. I have been rendered incapable of writing by the onset of crushing despair at being so far behind. But I'm not nearly as far behind as Chris. Videobloggery. As of today, if you're participating in NaNoWriMo, your word count should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 35,000, whereas mine is only about 26,000, and Chris, if the website's data is up to date, your word count is still only 13,000. I also note that neither of us has really been holding up our end of the bargain in terms of making videos. Now, Chris, I would understand if you were too busy making videos to write, or too busy writing to make videos, but you're not writing or making videos, are you? No, Chris, what you are doing is failing. Chris, you need to get back to work on your novel or there will be dire consequences indeed. If we can both manage to finish our novels, I think the Cheese Whales will forgive us for skipping Videobloggery for so long, but if we can't, then I think they will have our heads. I want to keep my head, Christopher. Do you want to keep your head? 2 heads are better than 1. Wait, I don't think that has anything to do with this. I'd like to give you and the Cheese Whales a bit of an idea of what's going on in my novel and why I'm finding it so hard to write. As I mentioned, my novel is about a guy who has risen from the dead and helps other people who have risen from the dead. So the novel is separated into parts, each part having to do with another person that he's helping. It's sort of set up in a format like episodes of a TV series, which is kind of a problem for me because it means that each time I come to a new part, I'm essentially starting a new plot. So whereas NaNoWriMo usually involves this buildup of furious momentum that keeps you moving, my momentum sort of resets itself every 5,000 words. Which means I'm not really doing a whole lot of the usual write 1,666.66666666 words sort of thing, because what I'm doing is just sitting down writing an entire 5,000 word chapter and then stopping for a few days. Which isn't exactly the healthiest pattern to be in when you're trying to do NaNoWriMo. Out of the 21 days of the month so far, I have only written on 7 of those days. For those of you who don't know math, that is 1/3 of days. And it really doesn't help that I have a lot of writing to do that doesn't have anything to do with NaNoWriMo because, as we've discussed before, I am an English major. And a philosophy minor, so that's a lot of writing too. But I will prevail. And after NaNoWriMo is over, maybe we can get back to the regular Videobloggery schedule. In the meantime, you really do need to post a video justifying yourself. And also explaining a little bit about your novel, because I haven't really heard much of anything about it. And hey, I know a bunch of Cheese Whales are also doing NaNoWriMo, so if you could post a comment or a video response talking about your novel, that'd be sick. Unfortunately, Chris, that's all the time I have for today because I have to go to a knit-a-thon hosted by your pretend girlfriend. So until next time, be seeing you.